Well, good morning, YouTube. This is Chuck, and it's Tuesday, December 16th, 2025, about 11 o'clock in the morning. And as you can see, I'm coming to you from the van/recording studio this morning. And I've got a serious video for you this morning, and I'm going to call it a Bigfoot Stuff video, but there's actually way more involved in it than just the Sasquatch people. And I've been talking about making this video on my community page for a few days now, and I've been thinking about it for quite a while. And so I guess the only thing to do is to try to get into it. Well, about 5 years ago, we were warned by the Sasquatch people that something big was coming. And steadily, as the time has gone on, it appears to be getting closer and closer. Now, during the course of this video, you'll hear me interchange the term I and we, and that's because part of what I'm hearing is coming directly to me, and some of it is coming through some of my my friends and partners, if you will. And my job is kind of to assemble it, or put the puzzle pieces together, or connect the dots, or whatever term you want to use. But I'm gonna have to be a little bit vague here, and there's a number of reasons for that. Number one is that we're getting mixed signals about what's actually going to happen. Number two is that some of the stuff I'm hearing is, as much as I've become accustomed to having some pretty unusual experiences, some of the stuff that's been happening in the last couple of weeks I'm really having a hard time wrapping my own head around it as well. And I guess another reason is that, I don't want to tell you something that turns out not to be true, and I don't want to scare anybody. And if I talk about some of the stuff that I've heard, it's a pretty good chance that YouTube will pull the video and possibly even pull my whole channel. And I guess the final thing would be is that if I told you some of the stuff that I've been told, and then it doesn't come to pass, and that very possibly might be what happens. We've been misled before. But I would probably lose any potential shred of credibility that I might possess now. And I don't really want to do that. I don't want to scare anybody. I don't want to tell anybody anything that's not true. But I feel that I do need to share this stuff with you. And there's been some pretty remarkable things. Let me just tell you a little bit about what's been happening. Is I've been getting tingles, if you will, or I've been getting attempted connections from other entities as well as the Sasquatch people. And I'm not even really sure who some of these folks are. But one of the really odd things that ended up happening, and it's kind of alarmed me as well, is I've been getting some very, very strong energies reaching out to me. And about a week and a half ago, I had one hit me so hard that it raised my blood pressure to the point where I had a nosebleed. And it was so bad that I ended up going over to the hospital emergency room. And well, they couldn't find anything that was wrong, and after a little while, it died down and quit. Well, I've been continuing. I've had multiple, not as bad as that one. But it took me probably a week to figure out that they seem to be connected to this when this energy reaches out to me. And whatever this energy is, it's very powerful, and it causes my blood pressure to spike to the point where my nose starts bleeding. And once I figured out what it was, whenever I started feeling that, I started asking, hey, please don't do that. Can you please contact me some other way? Because this is the effect that you're having. And to bring the most recent one is this morning. right after I put up my community page post. The minute I reached up and hit the post button, immediately my nose started bleeding, just instantly. And it didn't last very long, but I took that as a sign, and part of the sign that I should actually come out and make this video. I also had a conversation with a Sasquatch elder named Mickelboss last evening. And I've been talking and thinking about this for a few days now, and I asked him last night if indeed the stuff that we're talking about is going to happen, and he said yes. Well, then I asked him, should I talk about it in a video, and I got a very strong yes from him, and that's part of the reason why I'm sitting here right now. Now, there's a possible factor all over the place about what's happening, and as I said, this could totally be somebody just messing with us, but it could be something that's life-changing for all of us. And if I'm vague, which I'm going to be, please forgive me for that. And I told you why before. So I'm going to tell you two things I'm going to tell you to do. And one of them is this coming Friday, pay particular attention to your surroundings. Be alert. Like the old saying goes, keep your head on a swivel and expect the unexpected. All right? That's all I'm going to tell you to do. But then let me tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure that my vehicles are full of gas. I'm going to make sure that my propane tanks are full. I'm going to make sure that I've got a little bit of food and water to ride something out, no matter what it is. And now I'm not a prepper, and I'm not set up for a long term for anything. But I want to be able to ride out whatever, if indeed what we're experiencing is going to be life-changing, if it happens. And I want to be able to ride it out for a while, because I'm sure there's a lot of people that won't be able to do that. Now, my friend in Utah, the guy I call my friend in Utah, he was actually scheduled for an out-of-town trip, and that involved a airplane flight, a rental car, and a hotel reservation. And after talking about that last evening, he ended up canceling all that, and he's going to stay home and ride it out as well. So I'm going to just repeat those two things. Be alert and expect the unexpected. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, I'm sure there'll be a reason for that. But it may be something we'll remember for the rest of our lives. And it may involve some stuff straight out of science fiction, and that's all I'm going to say. So I'll keep this one short, and let me just tell you, as I always do, take care of each other, love each other, take care of yourself. I haven't told you to do anything that we probably shouldn't be doing all the time anyway. And so, if nothing happens, we're not out anything. But it, like I say, it may be life-changing. So show gratitude for what you have. Keep your spiritual house in order. We were told to do that, and I've tried to do that for the last few years. And I'll be talking about other stuff in the meantime, but until I come back to you again, let me just tell you, peace out.